fall down, looking for a good place to drop that Blizzard. OG drops the Supercharger in the meantime here. There's a nice block. Waiting for that defense phase to be down. AKM coming in with the Death Blossom. Closer even gets a boop in on the bloodthirsty support action. Zachary with a couple of headshots, and Dallas will hold. Probably a very low ultimate desperation push in the end. That's it. Reaper coming in from behind. Sherborne trying to make plays. Got the Death Blossom out. Gets a kill on the note as he goes in for the self-destruct. He takes away Roar's Supercharger, but that's it. Sherborne looks like he's ready to help his team take this point away from the Dallas Field. They will do exactly that with a little bit more cleanup. So 83% for Dallas Field. Dallas moving in. Gladiators looking pretty good on this. There's the highest block for Decay. Has to stay alive. Maybe on the top. Blizzard coming in. Perhaps. No, not quite yet. Just Roar's Supercharger, but it doesn't last. AKM with a shot to the base of Decay, and Sherborne responding with his own Reaper plays a kill on the Harry Hook, and Gladiators, despite the Blizzard, able to fight Dallas off again. Maybe Zachary. No, he can't quite turn it around. It's not going to be enough. Dallas, now they're the ones in dire straits. They're gonna have one more push in this.
It's on the sound barrier though, so there is an opportunity to stick to this point for the Fuel. One last attack coming in, and they're not even gonna get there. The wall!
Maywall at the right moment, and that is a frustrating end to that round for Dallas Fuel, but the Gladiators certainly pretty pleased with that.
Try and pop the Supercharger now, and that means they're gonna win the barrier battle, and actually, you know, they hold on to the point.
Wow. I'm impressed. It was not looking good. Sherborne also in the backline with the Death Blossom, not going to get anything done. That was kind of comically bad. But Dallas Fuel, to their credit, holding off the Gladiators. That was really looking like a one fight for LA, but no, Dallas holding on. The number for Decay to advance right now. They're going to throw in the Blizzard on the Dallas side. Decay avoids it at least. Fortify. Oh, and Boyd catches Closer with the self-destruct, and now Note out of the mech as well. Dallas gonna try to bring it back again, but they've got Decay's Blizzard to contend with. Note and Harry Hook both down, and it looks like at 99%, the Gladiators finally going to be able to flip this one.
You see Dallas Fuel, though, look how many ults they're coming up on.
Nice thing for Dallas is one win, and they've got this map tied up. They can. Sneak on the side. Okay, well, this is blocked off completely. He's gonna use that Death Blossom right away, and Note catches another one. 2 kills for AKM, and Harry Hook with the follow-up. OG frozen on the point, but that's okay, because there's no real pressure on the tank right now, and Dallas, just as smoothly as Gladiators took it away, will take it right back. And they might be able to just win the round right here. Can anyone get there? Looks like Lucio very close. Big Goose can't quite make it on the point, and we are tied up on Lijiang Tower.
That time, Dallas actually closes it out, wins the point after a very strong hold, and you know, arguably they just stalled out well enough.
So Gladiators pushing back again. OG once again getting low, trying to be healed by the opposite Coalescence coming out of Harry Hook. Oh, but they can't keep him alive. He's been the target too this entire time from Gladiators. They've always killed OG first, and now Zachary falls. Might be a pretty quick retake here by the Gladiators.
But you got 20% for free off of a Symmetra switch.
Not bad.
You know what I mean? So
good playing, yeah.
Yeah, you're coming in. Yes, the Gladiators did build a lot of ult charge though by poking.
Damage on Zachary. He doesn't want to have to use that ice early, but he does. It's blocked for a bit, but AKM from behind. The flanks from AKM have been so good on this map. Gets 3 just on his own there, and that's an easy retake for Dallas.
Yeah, but by that token, though, the Gladiators only, again, used the Supercharger and the Death Blossom.
True.
So it's not like they're out a whole lot. Dallas had to commit the sound barrier.
From coming in, and now we're into overtime right now. Supercharger for Dallas. Oh, and he ate it! No, he did it! He ate the Blizzard from Decay! And Shaz has a Coalescence, but he gets blocked off by the Maywall, and Harry Hook uses his a little bit later. Things looking real good for Dallas right now if they can just finish off this fight. Big Goose very close to the sound barrier. That might be the difference maker, but Closer uses his right now. Tries anyway. Gladiators, meanwhile, get theirs off in time. Zachary down, and maybe, just maybe, the Gladiators with the Blizzard can turn it around here. A lot of them are frozen though, but it doesn't matter. The damage for Dallas was not in. And the Gladiators, a new lease on life for them in this round as it looks like they're going to be able to flip it.
And the most important thing was that Big Goose got the sound barrier, Doa.
They've got their own sound barrier too. Sound barrier from the Gladiators, who Boyd newly knocked off, goes back in, but OG gets a kill on the Sherborne. Dallas slowly, but maybe surely, yes, surely now picking apart the LA Gladiators, trying to seal the deal as they try to flip the point back again. Gladiators will get near 90%. That's going to be about it. Dallas should be able to retake here as soon as they deal with the Tracer.
And it's all about touching right now in this
Again.
OT situation. They're going to get the Wrecking Ball there. They have a Tracer.
Wrecking Ball barely touched here. Overtime ticking away. Decay the Tracer now roared down. Surefour as well, and slowly the Gladiators, maybe not so slowly, running out of people to contest this one. And a hard-fought Lijiang Tower at the end. Looks like it's going to go the way of Dallas Fuel. Not much more the Gladiators can do. That's it.
And sometimes it's those cute little plays, Doa, like the Symmetra at the beginning, that gets you that extra 20%, which can make such a big deal.
No hook coming out of that ult at the moment. There's the Maywall. Note's got to get around it, but it's tough to do that. Firing the right click up into the room, and they've got Gladiators zoned out. Amp Matrix goes down, though, and that's going to be kills coming in for the Gladiators. Don't know if Dallas was expecting that amplification Matrix so fast right in their faces like that from BigGeese.
I don't know why Dallas was walking forward into a choke point to combat the Gladiators who have a biotic grenade and an immortality field.
One wonders. Well, it seemed like they were just trying to keep the bottle up while they took the point. Nice hook on Decay. Oh boy, that helps.
That's how it should work.
Moved a bit too far forward in that last fight, but this time things looking a bit better. Now they're going again. Surefour throws in the Dragon Strike. Everybody manages to dodge that. They've got the immortality field out right now, an amplification matrix down pretty closer. Harryhook did have to use his transcendence though, so the Zen ultimate out of the way, but with a kill into Surefour. Dell's still looking good in this fight as they push him to the point, and there goes Void, and doesn't seem like the Gladiators are going to be able to stick with this one too much longer. That was a nice sleep on Zachary, but there was just no damage to follow up on it.
Yeah, Dallas Fuel played around the Dragon Strike and the Self-Destruct very well. You know, they had the Transcendence to keep Harryhook alive.
Yeah, that's right. They just want to muscle their way in there and take advantage of momentum they know they have. And Decay down again! He used his Blizzard, but it didn't really touch anybody. It's not a problem for the Dallas, but a big problem for the Gladiators as the May and the Altar out of the way. Shaz down, AKM finds another kill early on. Zachary still sitting on his Blizzard. He hasn't even used it yet. They put the Nano Boost, I believe, onto Surefour, but the kills haven't been coming in. And now Zachary throws down the Blizzard. AKM following it up with his own damage, and they're chasing BigGeese all the way back to whatever lake he flew out of initially. And Dallas Fuel looking like they might just take point B right here. No respawns can get there in time, and a blazing fast time for the Dallas Fuel.
Not looking good this stage, and it's especially not looking good today, but you know what? That's a sweet sleep dart.
Oh, that was brutal.
And there it is. There is, in fact, an EMP and a Blade available to the Gladiators. They got to make this work.
The EMP comes in, hits two members, OG and a Note. The tank's taking the EMP. Can Dallas keep them alive? Meanwhile, the Blade comes in. Ice block, can he get? He does get to closer. That's a big one, an AKM taken out in midair. Decay doing what he does best. Getting kills on this Genji, and it looks like they can take point A. That was 4. That was 5, I think, in the end, from Decay. That is how you take point A.
Looked scary there for a second, but Decay makes the most of that Dragon Blade.
Yeah.
The Gladiators, are they going to continue with this? Remember, only 3 minutes added to the clock right now, so they are starting with under 4 minutes, which means they are basically guaranteed a time worse than the Fuel. They have to switch over to the May Reaper yet again.
Letting Gladiators approach, and now here comes the self-destruct from Void. No kills out of that one, but Dallas does commit the sound barrier to that, and oh boy, Death Blossom on top of the Blizzard. Meanwhile, the Blizzard for Dallas comes in, and AKM has a little bit of an edge here. Oh, but he can take too much damage now with the Waveform out of there. Surefour is still trying to do what he can here. They're coming to OG, looking pretty good.
The walls
out of the way as well. And now Surefour chasing down AKM. Don't know if he can get out of this one. He does get a little bit of healing here.
I don't think he can do it.
Well, Zachary's down. Reaper beat Reaper. Surefour coming out on top of that one, and he just lives so long. The damage starting to pile up. He's got another Death Blossom. And the Gladiators picking apart the Dallas Fuel on point B right now.
They gotta get through to this. Orisa and Surefour is down, and the respawns are coming through. Fuel is going to hold.
OG has another supercharger here, so in the end, despite all the indications, they're able to push the Gladiators back. And they're trying to get past it. They can't get in there, do any follow-up damage on the Blizzard. Decay just kind of throwing it in there yet again. Now has to use the Ice Block. OG in front of the wall. A little bit of trouble here, but we're already down to OT. Gladiators must win this fight. AKM coming through with the Death Blossom, and Decay and Roar drop. Dallas Fuel will hold again, and it looks like they're only going to give about 60% at this point over to the Gladiators. Great defense from the Dallas Fuel.
An excellent defense, Toa.
Yeah.
But again, a Blizzard that it does nothing. Decay had one Blizzard kill, On Anubis, Zachary had 8. I mean, that's an enormous difference, and it really is about the coordination that the Gladiators have around this ultimate ability. They seem very confused about how to use it effectively.
Well, OG gets cut off. They gotta save their Orisa. Zachary tried desperately just to freeze people. Supercharger goes down on both sides now, and now Zachary walking in. Nope, gets a big kill on Roar with that self-destruct and Void out of the mech as well. And we talked about this being the push they needed to succeed with, and it looks like they're doing exactly that.
Yeah, no sound barriers and no blizzards used in that engagement either, so the initial pickup, thanks to the self-destruct.
All right, there goes the Supercharger. Sure, for a little bit low, but close with one who falls first. Big knockback comes in on the Gladiators. There's Zachary throwing in the Blizzard. Doesn't get eaten. Maywall gets put up as well. Self-destruct blocked by that Maywall. Nicely done by Zachary. And Note picks up the first kill onto Roar, but they're not done yet. Big freeze hits 2 people. Zachary just get him with the right click, and Sherpor tries to come back in with the Death Blossom, and he does get 1. BigGeese with a kill onto OG as well, so Dallas may not actually be able to push this. Sherpor and BigGeese taking the fight into their own hands and pushing the field back again. Maywall comes in to try to block some of that damage off, and the Coalescence from Harry Hook as well, just kind of keeping the Gladiators at bay. They're going to go and use their sound barrier in the face of AKM's Death Blossom. Zachary, though, with a headshot onto Roar, or onto Void rather, as he tries to use his ultimate. Looks like Zachary's going to clean the rest of this one up as well, along with his DPS counterpart, and that's going to be point B taken by the Fuel. So they got to take a bit of time anyway.
Stops there, beautifully done.
You know, I thought that one wasn't so great because it got stuck on the wall, but turns out it was in exactly the place it needed to be. I'm sure they got a good talking to from the coach. I gotta be careful with the pronunciation. That was Dallas Fuel coming in with the sound barrier though. But they're all gonna get frozen into K's Blizzard and AKM, maybe the Death Blossom. No, the sound barrier's there, and Sherpor the Reaper getting the kills instead, despite the kill onto Roar. The main tank down, but Gladiators winning this fight, and that's gonna be it. I don't know if the Fuel are even gonna have anybody to get there.
It's gonna be tough for sure, and no, they are not.
And a good defense from the Gladiators. Slowly still inching forward here. Shadow Step is coming in from behind, gets booped away though at the last minute by Closer. And BigGeese coming in and getting the kills anyway. Bloodthirstiness on the support side from Dallas Fuel, and I think they're going to be just fine with that. Late kill on the Harry Cook, and that payload is moving. Another Coalescence from Shaz already. Dallas Fuel on their last legs on King's Row. AKM down. Gladiators is pushing forward. That's point B. No contest from Dallas Fuel. And there's so much time. 5:20 on the clock right now for Gladiators to finish this one. So AKM gets there at the very end. There's a delay a little bit, but AKM drops immediately. Blizzard comes in from Zachary right on the payload. They're 0.46 meters away. Void with a kill on the Harry Hook already. And only the sound barrier stands between Dallas Fuel and the end of this map, but they can't stay on the payload. And the Gladiators get a win on the board here on King's Row.
I'm glad we got the BigGeese after the halftime. They're much better than the Gladiators.
No kidding, yeah. I mean, I know it says Gladiators win on the wall there, but that was a BigGeese win, as you can see. For now, the Dallas Fuel having to defend a little bit later. Zachary having used that ice block early. Sound barrier now. Oh, and Zachary's Blizzard got eaten by Void. He went for it. That's why you saw the ice block for just a second. Sherpor. Oh, the 3K Note responding with 2 of his own. And the Supercharger, but it doesn't count as much. Looks like Gladiators are going to keep this payload moving, though.
Yeah, defense.
Let's watch this one again.
Watch it from Sherpor's perspective. That's just good. It's just good at Maywall.
I mean, he has a Supercharger, so that's a lot of damage coming out of that Death Blossom.
Well, they're actually going to try and defend this one more time.
They got back there in time. They actually did force out the sound barrier as well, which is not bad. Trilled down, and here comes another Coalescence from Jazz. Looks like they took point A during the scuffle anyway. So Dallas Fuel dropping, but you know, I don't know. They got both support ultimates out, but they did give up the point. Get a little bit of pressure on the payload, I suppose. Note out of the back. So the pressure with the Coalescence combined with this is not bad, but here comes AKM. Got the sound barrier, got the durability, but does he have the damage? Doesn't look like he does right now. Self-destruct comes in for Void, but no kills. Meanwhile, the Gladiators pushing the payload a few meters more. AKM and Closer down, and the Gladiators in the end of this fight just kind of grinding through the Dallas Fuel.
And it was the only tool that the Fuel really had during that fight, so you might as well try and throw it in their damage mitigation. Too good on the side of Los Angeles, and they're coming up on quite a few ults yet again. They should be able just to get point B here. because I want him only 2 with that negative statistic.
Very bizarre. Self-destruct, and Note gets 2. That was a great halt to set that one up. Gets a Void Mech as well. And AKM with the cleanup, and that was a fast fight. And they get the nice stagger too on the Void. Oh man, gonna eat a little bit more time off the time bank. Go ahead. Oh! I thought they were gonna maybe let him get the health back there.
I like how AKM laughs maliciously after doing that.
Zachary and AKM have their ultimates available. On the fuel DPS side, here comes the Death Blossom right now. Void popped out of the mech by AKM. Sound barrier now, and AKM with a kill on the Roar. The tanks are down, and AKM pushing through the back lines. It looks like this may be where the push ends for the Gladiators. Looks like it will be. So in the end, the Dallas Fuel may have given up a fast point A, but they stopped the Gladiators cold on C. Their shot. Venom Mine activated. So at least he knows where his opponent is for the moment. Oh, there it is. A kill on the closer.
Huge kill.
Yeah, big kill on the Mercy. On the Dallas, and now on a little bit of trouble as well. Nope, trying to hide, but you can't duck. As Diva, there goes Trillin. Gladiators just not giving the Dallas Fuel any room to push right now.
And are they going to get demeched as well? And they're going to see 1 late elimination.
Dallas on the verge of getting stopped, on the verge of having to play on a map 5. Zachary gets a nano boost, gets a kill on the Surefour as well to start things off. So Dallas Fuel at least getting the 6v5. I don't think BigGeese can res that, but Zachary does go down. He went so far forward here. Maybe they can finish off Roar. He's getting so low, and they do get the kill. So Dallas Fuel eliminates the tank, but there goes
Decay's in the back.
Decay trying to carry here from behind. Harry Hook gets the kill on the BigGeese, because why not, man? Bloodthirsty coming in and close her down. The support's just killing each other off here, but that payload is still moving. The Dragon Strike gonna push people off though. With that fortified, Drill can kind of step near it though. Here comes the Transcendence from Shaz as the Gladiators get back on the point. They've got the Wrecking Ball, they've got Harry Hook run over by Void and drilled down. So the Gladiators at the end, finally picking off the members of the Dallas Fuel, and it's really looking like we're gonna go to a map 5. Just have to deal with the Tracer, and that's it. Time for a tiebreaker.
Going to map 5, Gladiators still fighting back for this reverse sweep against the Dallas Fuel. They'll do it on a stellar point A defense on Junkertown with the double sniper. Now going to be playing for the retake. And we see both Shaz and Harry Hook almost to that coalescence, and OG just going to go down immediately again. Maywall
really
creating
rough.
the pick.
Oh man, that's so rough for Harry Hook. He popped that coalescence right as the Maywall came up from Decay. Yeah, they've got
We're going to try and get him from behind.
AKM gets 1. There goes the supercharger though. Surefour getting in the back lines, putting a lot of damage in onto OG. He's going to go down. AKM though. Oh, Surefour booped out during his ultimate. Didn't get as much damage as he hoped for. That kill on OG might be enough, but no, AKM coming back in. Getting a few more himself, and Dallas do flip the point.
To rejoin the engagement, Coalescence still used, finally falls away for Shaz.
The Gladiators nearly taking the point back right there. They lose AKM, or they take out AKM rather. Supercharger now for them. Coalescence from Harry Hook as they try to push back in again. And there's the sound barrier from BigGeese. Looks like Gladiators have the point again, and they are close to 99%. The Dallas desperate to retake, but I think they've lost too many people. It's only the Diva, the Moira, the Lucio on the point right now, and by the time AKM gets there, don't think there's going to be much he can do. Note trying desperately in a mini Diva form to keep it alive. That's not going to work. OG, nice adaptive shield, but there's only so much a Wrecking Ball can do. And that should be the first round going over to the Gladiators. The Blizzard does get eaten by Void on top of all of that, and that's a dominant first round from the Geese. Goes on to closer, and OG Sleep Dart comes in on the Harry Hook.
He's got him on the coalescence.
That's right, it cancels the ultimate from Harry Hook, and OG down doesn't have the healing that he needed as he pushed forward. Nano boost on the Decay, which is, you know, I guess it works out. I don't know if they needed that, but, you know, it's fun to be nano boosted, so, you know, enjoy it.
Wow, Shaz is popping off on this point.
They can't put a lot of pressure on him right now unless a Hanzo arrow comes in. That grenade didn't do a whole lot. Void tries to use that self-destruct, but nobody from Dallas gets dropped. Zachary has a Blizzard out, and now Note gets one with his self-destruct, and at the last moment, the Dallas Fuel do flip it, and they are going to get a little bit of control going.
Great patience from the Fuel, waiting until everyone on the Gladiators committed to that point before they use the Blizzard. So they're able to get people within close range.
There's the Ice Block. Is he going to use the Blizzard though? Needs to be careful. AKM gets his ultimate eat. Now Diva's Han's ultimate's all over the place. And Note eats Decay's Blizzard again! Just toss it in there one more time. Surefour does get the kill onto Zachary though, so the Gladiators winning this fight regardless. Not needing the Blizzard right now. They haven't flipped it yet. but it looks like they're going to be able to, as Dallas feel really hurt for people on the point right now. There's the sound barrier though, and it's a switch onto the Doomfist from Zachary as he comes in for a last-minute attempt to try to keep the point alive, but Harry Hook and don't bolt down, and it's looking mighty good for the Gladiators right now. OG gets the kill onto Shaz. They haven't flipped the point back just yet. Surefour now on his own Doomfist.
Yeah, they're coming back in. They need to clean up these stragglers from the Dallas Fuel. That's the flip, and they're trying to get back to Fuel.
Closer down. They've only got the Wrecking Ball, and they've only got Harry Hook to try to contest right now. Note gets popped out of the mech, and there goes the rest of Dallas Fuel, and there goes their chances of winning this series in the end. The Gladiators, the Geese, able to come up big and get the win.
And that'll be the first reverse sweep ever, I believe, for the Gladiators.
That's right.
Or should I say the big Geese?
Well, it's the first reverse sweep for the Gladiators, but the first win ever for the BigGeese.
Brought to you by Omen by HP. And it is the one, the only, not BigGeese. It's Surefour, that's right. Coming up big on the Reaper today.
Yeah, I mean, Surefour had a good game. You know, I think the Gladiators, even in spite of this win and in spite of a very good comeback, still have some kinks to work out if they want to keep running the May Reaper. But Surefour did his best, especially on this last point. Some really great Hanzo play from him, setting up a lot of the damage that we saw, and also just picking up nearly half of his team's eliminations as final blows there on Junkertown. Strong performance overall.
Yeah, one off, 100 eliminations for the series. Pretty good for a damaged player. 4 multi-kills as well. A lot of those coming from the Death Blossoms. I think personally, I have to do an honorable mention to Shaz in that 5th map, especially amazing Ana play.